Hey everybody, this is Mike with Big Mike's Customs. Um, today we're doing a lift kit. It's a '97 Silverado, and just wanted to give you guys some tips out there if you're having somebody install a lift for you. And this pretty much applies to anything, just any repair or something that you're needing done. Um, One of the important questions to always ask is there any parts that are being removed that can be replaced with new parts while you're in there? And this is important because, um, for instance, let me give you an example. The one I'm working on today, it's a '97 Silverado 4x4. We're doing a 6-inch lift, rough country lift. Um, I pointed out some things that we were already going to remove. Wouldn't cost him any extra out of pockets for labor. He would only be paying for the parts. So he went ahead and came by the shop. We looked at it. He decided he wanted to do the new parts. The lower control arms on this truck were toast. They wouldn't hold the lower ball joints in. The ball joints were just slipping out. So it is a safety issue. That is a safety issue. Of course, there was some general maintenance stuff, like a idler arm and pitman arm that we're already right there. We're getting ready to take them off. So he went ahead and he gathered this stuff up. We're going to put new control arms on it. No extra labor costs. They're already laying on the ground. We pulled them off to install the kit. But it's important to me that my customers leave here with a good finished product. So you installers, if you see anything that's already laying there, even though it doesn't mean more money for you, I mean, if you sell them the parts, you could make a small profit. In this case, he opted to bring his own parts, and I'm okay with that. What's the best thing about it is that he leaves completely satisfied. He leaves with a good product. The idler and pitman arm, we have to take myself have to take a couple more steps to remove those. Not much, because we're already there. We're already there. They didn't have to come off, but we're going to pull them off. But for your customers, you can save yourself a ton of money by doing this in the long run. If you don't replace them now, and then I may charge a customer maybe another $100 to go in there, and if some of the things that I wasn't going to pull off, now I have to pull off, it may cost them another $100 or something. If he decides not to do that and comes back in a month or two, it may cost them a couple hundred. So always strive to keep your customers happy. If you're an installer, always strive to keep, and for you customers out there, just remember, you can save yourself a lot of money by doing these things. This is the truck I'm working on. It's an oldie but a goodie. We got it all stripped down. Wherever needs to be cut, we cut. Modifications that were needed, we went ahead and did those. And now I'm waiting for him to bring me another set of control arms. The holes here, the ball joints go, wallowed out, won't hold a ball joint. And I definitely don't want to put a lift on this without telling the customer about this problem. And he gets down the road and he has a problem, and then he just left my shop. So for you installers, point out this stuff. Customers, you can't stress it enough. Ask questions. Very important question. Is there anything you're taking off that we can go ahead and put new on the way back in? And it'll only cost you the price of the parts, no extra labor. So that's just kind of what I wanted to share today. It's having a pretty easy day today. We had some minor hiccups with this truck here as far as getting in there, but I've always expected with these older trucks, and we talked about it before we put the lift on, that there's going to be some stuff that has to be addressed while we're in there. Normally what I'd like to do is get the truck in and overlook the truck. We weren't able to do that at that time, but we did talk about it, so he was aware. That's another thing for your installers, make them aware. You're dealing with an older model truck and it's got a lot of miles on it. Don't just put a lift on and not replace any front end parts, not replace any tie rods if they're loose or ball joints if they're loose. You know, you guys, if you get that done, then you go take it to alignment shop. They're gonna kick it back. You know, they're not gonna get it. The alignment, they're not gonna want to touch it, or at least anywhere I've gone, they don't want to touch it if you got loose front end parts. So, you know, very important. Customers ask questions. Ask a lot of questions, and keep in mind that if they're doing a major repair, whether it's a suspension or, you know, a water pump or something, hey, the belt's coming off. You got to remove the belt to get the water pump out? Yes, you do. Okay. Can we go ahead and go back with a new belt now that you have it off? As opposed to letting them replace a water pump, and I see it a lot. You know, they'll do a water pump or something, and the installer will just reuse the same belt. You know, is there any other parts that are being removed besides the belt? We're removing this, removing that, moving that. Can we go back with new ones? It'll save you the hassle in the long run. Another thing I wanted to mention was I've been making these videos, and lately I've been wearing glasses on my face. I just wanted to give you a little insight on that. I had I've been doing this for over 20 years, and sometimes as a mechanic or as an installer or whatever you do in your trade, you get comfortable. You stop using your safety equipment. Now, these are not safety glasses, but they're the darkest ones I have, so I'm using them. And it took about 20 years, and I ended up having an accident, getting something in my eye, and a piece of metal. And it was probably one of the worst things I've gone through. I've been dealing with this for about 3 or 4 weeks now, and it was totally something that was just it was one of those freak accidents. And I'll tell you right now, you'll never catch me without some glasses on my face while I'm working under a car. Safety glasses are a must. Wear your PPE, people. Your personal protective equipment. You gotta have it. Don't get brave. If you've been doing it a long time, don't get brave. Don't get cocky, because then you end up like me right now. I can't even take the sunlight. So, anyways, that was just, again, we just had an easy day today. We're just stripping this truck down and getting it prepped up for the lift. I usually work these things a lot faster, but I'm working with my customer so that he can get me to gather up these parts. Again, he's going to have some new parts put in his truck with no extra labor. I'm doing him a favor, and you know, he's more likely to bring his vehicle back to me now. You know, and also the end result is he's going to be happy when he leaves. He's going to have a good product. His suspension is going to be tight. It's not going to get kicked back from the alignment shop. And for you, again, can't stress it enough. For you people dropping your vehicle off at a repair facility, always ask if there's anything that's coming off that they have to remove to get to the part that they're removing. And if so, can it be replaced with a new one at this time? Thank you for your time. Big Mike's Customs in San Antonio, Texas.